Hello there, welcome back to a Turbo Technics episode. Today you join me on my driveway. We get some work done on it today. Obviously, as you can see, classic good British weather, raining of course. So yeah, heater box and everything's all like you've seen on the last episode. That's all built up now, ready to go back in. We're going to be taking the radiator off, going to be flushing it out, as well as the cooling system. We've also got a few bits. I've ordered a few bits. New temperature sensor, which is just here because it don't actually work. The gauge goes up if you ground the wire, so you know the wiring and the gauge is fine. So it's got to be the sensor that's faulty. New thermostat. New water pump, and also a new air filter. So we'll get in this cover off, get this cover off, get the radiator out, hoses off. We'll have to get the fan surround off and the viscous fan off. We will then have to take obviously power steering belt off and alternator belts. Obviously on a 2.8 it has 2. Then, as you can see, just down here is the water pump. This is the original Ford one, of course, only doing so much low mileage. And you can see that it's a cast iron, so it's definitely a genuine Ford, whereas aftermarket ones are. Yes, on my rear, we're taking fuel distributor box off, just so we can clean all the muck and grease and stuff off while we're there doing the air filter. Right. Let's flip you around. Now to get the viscous fan off, you're supposed to use a special spanner. I have got one. Well, my dad's got one. Cracked it loose. And this was to loosen as if you was to tighten something up. So the way you tighten something up is the way that a viscous fan loosens. Right. Now, should be able to get that little 6mm now. So shove that down there. There you go. That's it. Now I took the viscous fan out. It's allowed me to get my big fat hands down and get down there. Just taking this bottom radiator hose off. Again, like everything else, it seems to just be cracking loose. No issues. You watch, this one will end up showing me up or something, but it won't come loose. I think it is. Yeah, it's coming loose. That's loose enough. Right. cool this bottom radiator hose off now. If it's not corroded on. There you go. I still had a bit of water in. That's obviously bottom of the radiator that was full, because here's the thermostat. So obviously it can't flow through the thermostat if it's shut. So obviously water's just come out in the bottom of the rad.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string.
Hello and welcome back. Got a bit carried away yesterday with stripping. Because it was raining and the battery went flat, I actually forgot to get the camera back out here. Anyway, water pump and everything's all stripped off. I actually managed to undo the housings without breaking the bolts. All the bolts are here. I've just cleaned them all up with a wire wheel, so they're all nice and clean, ready to go back in. Cleaned it all around the surface. Here's the new water pump, ready to go on. Yes, I know aluminium ones are crap, but it's only going to last me a couple of years, and I'm going to be restoring the car anyway. So it'll do for now. Right, I'm also on the lookout for a 230 brake horsepower turbo boost control solenoid. Broke the end off as the power steering pump fell. It's snapped the fucking end off, so I've got to try and repair it for now and also look for one to replace. So yeah, let's get on with getting this new water pump on. Alright, I'm assuming it's them big ones through there. No. Oh, there. Right. Using these ones at the minute just to hold. I can't remember where the other one goes at the minute. Alright. These are the 310mm, really long bolts. They actually go through the housing just here at the bottom, and yeah, I was a bit surprised they come out, because by the look of it, these actually go through into the water, I think. No, they don't, but I have heard that they do snap. Right, so looking at these bolts, they're all the same length, apart from one longer one, which is that one. I'm assuming that one then goes through to there. Again, assuming. Like I say, they've only got to get me through just for a while, so I don't really bother to pump. It only lasts a year or so. It's quite cheap anyway. I think for the pump, the air filter and thermostat, I think it was like 50 quid. So it's not too bad, I suppose. That was a big bolt goes through there. And to put them in loosely for now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a bit of grease on them just to help. Because no, my luck, it will end up corroding in. Yeah, because that feels nice. Right, okay. Here's the original housings. So they actually come off nicely. Fit on there. Obviously you get a gasket in there. And the thermostat. This one's for the back side. That goes around the back. Like so. I'm going to do a stop back for now and just find some copper grease for these bolts. Right, this is going to be a quick clip to add into one of the previous videos. This here is a three-way boost control solenoid. So you put power to here and the solenoid moves inside to allow obviously the vacuum or pressure, whatever you want to say, to move between the opposite ports. However, as you can see, this one here is quite short. Obviously being old and brittle, it literally just snapped off. I'm trying my best to get the part number off the front to see if I can actually get a replacement, but just for now what the plan is, drill the section here where it's broken off, drill it, and then I've got this one carbide tip to then actually try and send it down a bit, because that is the same diameter as the part that's broken off. So then in theory, if I can then push that inside and glue it in, probably with some epoxy resin or something along them lines, it should be okay. Now, even if it only lasts until I can actually get another one, so even if someone's watching and they have one, let me know and I will be interested in buying it. So yeah, let's get on with trying to get this repaired. The weird thing is, now that's either a lip just looking at the edge of that, it looks like there's a lip going around. Now that, I don't think it comes out. Right, let's try this. Will that be enough to allow that to center? Yes. might actually go completely wrong and I have no boots control. But we shall try and see. The odd bit's going to be is this edge isn't a cutting edge. It's for obviously going across flat surfaces. So really you need a drill bit. But I ain't got one of them either. So I'm hoping if I just keep light pressure on, it may see that, look at that, bang on the right size. It's a shame. Shame I can't drill it somehow. Right, I'm going to try and have a look for a drill bit. I'll come back in a minute. Hi, welcome back. I couldn't actually find a drill bit, so I actually ran an M6 tap through the middle of the hole, like so. Brought it out. Make sure there were no, obviously, swarf inside. This was a bit challenging, to be fair, because obviously it's so soft. But I've kind of put a thread on there, and it does screw it in. So that will obviously make it even stronger rather than just drilling it. So I'm going to just put a tiny little bit of epoxy resin here, then screw it in. I reckon that must be near the end. This has come in handy so many times. Just mix together. If anyone's used this stuff before, they'll know that it absolutely stinks. This glue is mainly just to make sure it stays sealed, because you don't want it leaking up past the threads, obviously. That's actually in there. That's in there quite good. Just get a bit more of that. Smooth it around this outside. And that's that fixed. Good. Now it can actually be bolted. Ooh. The camera is crap. You bolted back under the fuel distributor. Right, so let that dry for a bit. Get that bolted back in. While I'm doing that, I'm going to sort the vacuum parts out from the turbo to the boost control solenoid. Right, sorry about that. Dad was just asking where the dog's ball is. Right, so I had to stop it. Right. Sit you back on there. I've kind of like... Hello. Right, there you go, you can get a better view now. I put a piece of wood here as well, so what's it? Right, so you can see. Right, just between the alternator and the engine timing cover, I've actually put a little pry bar in there. So this is to actually get tension on the belt. As you can see at the minute, they're all slack. So if you shove that in there and push it down, as you can see they've gone tight. That back one's still a little bit looser, so just shove the pry bar down a bit more. Oh. Turn it round. Push it away. As you can see how nice and tight they've gone now. Now what we need to do is just nip 17 up. Loosened it a bit too much really. Right, just nip that up. That will stop that bracket moving. Right. Now we just need to stick the 13mm back on. I'd seen it move out a bit more, so just push that back again, like so. Put the 13 on. Tighten now, like so. That'll be enough. Pull the pry bar out. As you can see, some good tension on there now. You ain't gotta go mega tight with these. They're only going into aluminium. So if I just put 13 back on the back of the alternator, and then tighten this one up as well. Like so. Still needs to do a tiny bit more. Yeah, good. Same that one. Yeah. Right, now that's done. Check the 17 again, make sure that's tight enough. Yep. And that's that belt completely on. Just need to nip these two 17s up for power steering pump. Now obviously once you put the power steering pump on, make sure you've not left the two spaces out on the back side. Just behind this bracket there's two spaces, and that obviously puts the pulleys in line. Again, you don't need to go mega tight, you don't need to go mental on it, just a good nip, like so. Now I'm going to come back in a second because this top tensioner for the power steering, just want to try and lube it up a little bit. It seems a bit dry. Hello, welcome back. I've sprayed a little bit of lube on there. I tried to get it in where the back bearing is. It's not really made much difference, to be fair. Right. This tensioner sits just here. You've get the two bolts in loosely. Then you push this tensioner all the way back. So you put the bolt on, of course. And check this out as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this properly, but you can even see, clear as a bell, Motorcraft on all three belts. Look, you can clear as a bell read the part number 78TF-6C301-CA R742A. Made in Denmark, 9268 Motorcraft. Aye. Right, you put the belt on the bottom pulley, round the tensioner, and onto the power steering. Right. Just these bolts here, get these so they're not tight. They're 19. Is it 19? Well, I'm going to stop that there for a second. I'm just nipping the car on. Get a turbo. You never done that on my 3 litre, you can hear it sprawling.